The explosion of AI in classrooms. We're watching something quietly dangerous unfold. Students are starting to replace their own voice with polished, perfect machine written responses. Not because they're lazy, but because they've stopped believing that their real voice is good enough. We've made writing about being correct and not being connected. But here's the thing. The heart of learning isn't correctness. It's confrontation with your own thoughts. It's trying to figure out, do I believe this? Why did I say that? Where did that idea even come from? And that's where journaling comes in. This episode, we're going to look at how we can reclaim journaling, not as busy work, not as fluff work, but as one of the most powerful ways to help students think for themselves in a world full of answers. Because if AI is the machine, then journaling is the mirror. It's where students can push back, rephrase, disagree, or just sit with the tension of, I don't know yet. And that's real learning. Let's start here. Imagine you give a student a question and they put it straight into ChatGPT. The AI gives a clean, confident, well-written response. Now, normally the student would probably just copy it, tweak it a little bit, and turn it in. But instead, how about you ask them these questions? Which part of this response feels true to you? Which part do you disagree with and why? What would you have said differently if the AI hadn't spoken first? That moment changes everything because now they're not just consuming AI, they're dialoguing with it. They're in a relationship with the tool. And most importantly, they're becoming more aware of their own thinking. So, how do we design for that? We create journaling spaces that are low stakes but high impact. Think warm ups, exit tickets, writing sprints, mid-draft check-ins, any space where students are prompted to read, reflect, and revise. Here are some of the best prompts I've seen working in real classrooms. What part of this AI response feels like something you would say? What's missing from the AI's response based on your experience? Do you agree with the logic in this paragraph? Why or why not? How would you revise this AI paragraph to make it sound more like you? What do you wish the AI had said and why? You're not asking them to prove the AI wrong. You're asking them to become aware of their own ideas, even in the presence of a polished model. About surveillance, it's about self awareness. And if you're wondering how to use these journals, this is the best part. You don't have to grade them for grammar. You don't need long essays. You're looking for sparks, a moment of hesitation, breakthrough in voice, a small reflection that tells you this student is thinking for themselves again. That's the goal. Now let's push this even further. What is your role now as the teacher? Your role is to protect the space where students can reflect on what AI gives them before they rush to use it. Your role is to design time for reflection and not just correction. Your role is to say, I don't just want the answer, I want your uncertainty, your process, your change of mind. And that is powerful. AI will never stop being fast, but what you bring as the teacher is the space to slow down, to let students write without being perfect, to explore before they conclude, to revise their thinking before finalizing their work. And that is what students need most right now. They do not need necessarily another tool. They need a pause, a journal, a moment, a place to reflect. So if you've been feeling like AI is replacing authenticity, this is your anchor. Create a journal system that shows students that their inner voice still matters more than any output machine could produce. Let them talk back to the tech. Let them wrestle with ideas. Let them say, this doesn't feel like me. Here's how I'd say it. If this episode helped you reimagine reflection in your classroom, like and subscribe, because reflection is not a luxury, it's a necessity, and it's still ours to protect. Let's keep building.